our new members. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Ooh. Speak louder, louder. Audience cannot hear either.
Okay.
For online audience.
I'm Ian, and I'm joining this Toastmaster first time in the physical. Then I joined online a few times. Then I joined Toastmaster because I try to learn English. And that's all.
Yes, let us learn together. Yeah. Before we can start with our routine, let us walk through some general reminders. Okay. Okay. First, during our routine, we would like to members and visitors, please switch off your handphone and the silent mode. And we train from walk in and out during our meeting in the progress, so that avoid disturbing all our other speakers. And last but not least, be attentive and participate. For members who's online, mute your phone when you are not speaking. Always remember display. I think we have some online members. Always remember display your video if you are join online meeting. Sit in a good posture and relax and enjoy. Keep the rule in mind and please let us enjoy the meeting without any interruption. Pay attention. This meeting you have agreed to be recorded and on the video and for the video or to share to the public without further delay. Let's welcome to the president of Sutera Utama, Iftan, to give us his opening speech. The stage is yours, Iftan.
Thank you, CN, for a warm introduction and good evening.
Good evening.
May I have a look at our online audience? Any audience from online? It's your first time with us at G3 meeting.
We have Chester.
Hello, Chester. Would you like to do a brief introduction?
As well as general evaluator, Sujata is on the go. She's driving. So perhaps she will introduce herself later.
Okay, cool. Okay, last but not least. Hi, Chester.
My name is Chester. I'm from Toastmasters Club and currently driving, so I'm not convenient to start my video. Later, I will join again using my laptop. Nice to meet all of you.
Yay, Chester from KL. And last but not least, Yuan, is that you from JB, no? Your first time here, right? Would you like to do a quick introduction? Brief one?
Your name.
Okay, welcome again. 2 years old and welcome our Division G Director, John. Okay. Today's team, I'm very happy and thrilled to have 4 clubs meeting here, G3 again, once again. Our last try is Deepavali, and today we celebrate Christmas. And as a Buddhist myself, I don't really celebrate Christmas, but I enjoy the happy moment with all of you here. And not only Sutera Utama, my home club, as well as JB North, our friend, and UTM Aces, and for those online. And Christmas is the end of the year now. And to me, it's not only we can celebrate what we did well in this year, 2022, we also can reflect what we did not so good, which is we can learn from our mistakes. And I believe that no matter we achieve or not, have any of you set a New Year resolution 2022? Can you raise your hand? Anyone have a New Year goal at January this year? Or no one set goal? I thought Toastmaster is a self-development platform, but no one.
The rules never come true, man.
And anyone from online, do you have a 2022 New Year resolution? Oh gosh, okay. If no one in area G3 set New Year resolution, please set one for at least one for 2023, okay? And this is the best time for us to reflect ourselves, and then we can review, and then we set another one to learn from our past mistakes and experience, and to move further to the next year. And without further delay, I shall invite our special guest tonight, who I hired him. I paid him very, very much, and I paid him a lot. So he traveled all the way from North Pole to here, which is Santa Claus.
No song for him.
You better not cry, you better not shout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Ready to play the song.
Today, I want to be like Santa Claus. Almost like I wrap my big belly and wish everyone Merry Christmas. However, I just have a flat tummy instead. And today, I will give special treats to who only behave as a good boy and good girls. So please actively involve in any kind of activity. So I will give you my best treats for today. Now I go back. I control. You come hear me. Come power. No.
No, any applause for our Santa Claus Day. Yeah, very fast. Okay, have a seat first. Thank you. Have a start. All right, good evening to our Division G Director, Distinguished Toastmaster John Khalid, our immediate past Division G Director, Sujata, Area G3 Director, also our President for Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club, beloved members from G3, as well as UTM Toastmasters Club, UTM Aces Toastmasters Club, and JB North Toastmasters Club, fellow Toastmasters and our honors guests, welcome! Welcome to G3 Christmas joy meeting. So do you guys hear my voice clearly from behind? Is it okay? Yes. Can hear. Cannot hear. I cannot help. Sit here. All right. Very welcome all of you to this venue, and not forget our members from online. Say hi, online friends. Hi. Online friends, they are not open video yet. Oh, they come. Yeah. So just now, President asked, what's the resolution for this year, and have you achieved it? For me, I haven't, because I set a target for this year, I want to read at least 10 books. But for this year, I haven't finished even 5 of them. So this is also will be my next resolution. But I believe many of you will know how to achieve it for next year resolution. But now we are celebrate our early Christmas party. Early Christmas party. May I know who is celebrate Christmas for the year? No. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you so shy? Yeah. I know what the purpose that they want to celebrate a Christmas. I know. One Malaysia, right? Sure. So we celebrate together. In Toastmaster, we also can celebrate the this event together as well as we meeting together. All right. And all right, let's start our meeting tonight with the history of Toastmaster because we have few guests. So the benefit of the guest, next the slide on please. So I will simply briefing what is Toastmaster. Multimedia, yeah. All right. Toastmaster was founded by Dr. Ralph C. Nally. A big, yeah, this is like, can I have the bigger one first for our bigger, put a bigger slide first. Okay, on founded by our Dr. Ralph Nally on 22nd October in 1924. So this is a worldwide non-profit educational organization. So it empowers people to become more effective speakers, communicators, and leaders. It is a network of over 380,000 members in more than 14 and 700,000 clubs across 144 countries. Okay, next slide. And we will have the corporate program. It's actually experienced as a Toastmaster educational program, so which is like designed to help members build the competency to communicate and lead. So basically, we have 11 of the learning paths. For those guests, if you don't understand, can reach us every time, anytime. Okay. So you may choose the path that capture your current goal. Next is about our meeting. We also always say what's the meeting. We have the regular meeting format. Like we say that there are 3 main segments. Next slide, please. Joanne, can I have next slide, please? We have 3 main sections. First is prepared speeches. Second is paper topic section, and last is project evaluation. So next, I will. What's the next slide? It's slow for today. Okay. Next is before that, I would like to introducing some of the appointment holders today who will assist in the running of today's session. So please raise your hand if you are if you are speaker for online, or if you can raise your hand if you are physical in this venue. Okay. So first of all, we have our club members to be the sergeant at arm who is Toastmaster Xianhua. Just now you all can see here. Okay, who is assist in keeping starting tonight's program. Next, we will have our IT girl, Zoom master, is Toastmaster today. Next, we will have our VPE, Joanne, as the multimedia online. Right, Joanne? Yeah, then. To help capture our joyful moment for this evening, we have our photographer, Noah Lee, photographer, yeah. Next, as our sharp timer of the day is the Ridwan Reza will have to keep track of the time and ensure the meeting runs according to the schedule. Yeah, welcome. Introduce to you our founder is from JB North Toastmaster, who is MP Cho. Will take notes for all the post like la used by our speaker today. Next will be to monitor the exemplary as well as the improper use of language. We have our grammarian. So please help me welcome Presentation Mastery Level 3, Jacob, to share with us the word of the day and idiom of the day. Over to you, Jacob.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Let me share my screen. Okay, so as you can all see right here, the word of the day for this evening is cheery, just in line with our Christmas theme meeting. The definition for cheery is happy and optimistic. Some of the synonyms include jolly, happy, merry, or even peppy. Antonyms include gloomy, dispirited, miserable, cheerless. So how do you use cheery in sentences? Here are some examples. When I arrived, the host gave me a cheery welcome and a hearty handshake. Whenever December rolls around, the bustling street is filled with a cheery Christmas spirit. Okay, now let's look at the idiom of the day, which is walk on air. It essentially is the idiom form of cheery. So it has the same synonyms and antonyms, and basically it means feeling elated. Here are some examples where you can use walk on air. First, after the delivery of her baby, she was walking on air. During the Christmas party, everyone was walking on air and had a great deal of fun. Okay, since we're going to use a relatively simple word of the day for today, I really hope that everyone can use this word of the day generously throughout your speeches. Okay, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Ramayan today to bring this word of the day, cherry. Number 6, cherry. I cannot see the word of the day. Chair. All right, please use a lot the word of the day today in your speech. Next, we will next. Last but not least, our experienced general evaluator is leadership development level 5, Sutera Kumar, will keep an eager eyes, oversee the whole meeting and conducting the evaluation section later on. Just now someone say that Santa Claus also as the role players, he need to credit also that as well. Let's thank you our Jason. Oh, this is the trick. Then later on you know how to do to get a little gift from Santa. All right, now we will move on to our prepared speech section. So our first speaker this evening will be deliver his Visionary Communication Level 3, Project 3, Developing a Communication Plan. I have slide on, please. Andre asking how about for online? I can need how to get the mystery gift from you. Please reply her in Zoom chat. All right. The first speaker, the project purpose is for the members to practice developing a communication plan. All right. The evaluator for this project is Taeyong from JB City Toastmasters Club. All right. So for this, the time allocation for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Now, please have the timer demonstrate the timing sequence. Okay. At the 5th minute, the green screen will be displayed. At the 6th minute, the yellow screen will be displayed. Yellow light is yellow light. At the 7 minutes, the red light will be displayed. At the 7 minutes mark, there was the bell, but at 7:30 mark, a bell will ring, and speaker will need to stop their speech. Can hear the ring clearly. Later on, so for this speaker, the speech title is Getting the Message Across. This speaker only 21 years old. And will soon graduate from his degree soon. So his hobby are watching shows, language learning, and travel. So may I know your language learning for Korean is Korean, Japanese?
Some Japanese, some Chinese.
Chinese. Someone
who is interested can learn from here as well. So let's put our hands together to welcome our first speaker, Visionary Communication Level 2, Aaron Bonziro. The speech title is Getting the Message Across. Getting the Message Across. Over to you.
May I have a raise of hands on how many of you have tried to communicate your ideas before? I see a few hands in the audience. So for those who have raised their hands, do you find it necessarily difficult to communicate your ideas? Not as a presentation on a topic, but a message to do something.
Yes.
I see a few nods in the audience. So, area directors, presidents, and fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very warm evening or welcome. So, for those who are not ahead, I totally understand you, since I had to actually present or craft a message for a college event. So, our college had an orientation night, and I had to represent the Toastmasters Club for our college event. So, before the orientation night, my goal is to present or basically introduce Toastmasters. But another goal is to get 5 guests from the new audience. So my message, of course, have to be centered around introducing Toastmasters. Since it's a Toastmasters presentation, I base off my message on an experience that I had when I was a new student. So when I was a new student, there were 2 Toastmasters members who came into my class and presented Toastmasters, or basically what is Toastmasters, for 5 minutes. I was quite captivated by the way they have spoken and their content of their speech. Their speech had a very warm, energetic feeling, and also had a very friendly, light tone, which is what I'll try to use my message or try to convey by communicating my message using that type of tone. I'll try to communicate using that type of method, a warm, friendly friendly thing instead of being very intimidating. So for those, by communicating in this way, hopefully that some of the new students in the audience can maybe who wanted to improve their public speaking skills, but were unable to since they have maybe doesn't have the chance during their high school, since maybe they are either too shy or they're maybe didn't have the motivation to until they heard a public speaker speak for that moment, which kind of clicked in their head and they decided to improve their public speaking skills. So even if the student is motivated, inspired to take action, to go to a public Toastmasters meeting to improve their public speaking skills, the message needs to have an action. Of course, the action doesn't have to be complex. Doesn't have to be so complex that a guest and maybe, for example, like a guest come into the audience, into the meeting, come up to this stage right here and do an impromptu speech. It doesn't have to be that complex. It could be as simple as coming up. The audience can just enter the Toastmasters meeting, and just observe how a Toastmaster meeting works. So after the message is structured in that specific way, next is we have to consider, of course, the venue, or I have to consider the venue. Since it was a orientation night, so it was at night, no one's really working in the campus. So they would have a Zoom platform meeting. For those who have done Zoom, you do find that sometimes when you present during a Zoom presentation, it feels like you're talking to a wall. Like talking about, you don't know whether the audience are listening to you, you don't know whether or not they are there, or even they just come to the meeting and just leave their computer on, since it is kind of mandatory for the new students to join one of the many club presentations that the college or other class is hosting at the time. Nevertheless, we have to, of course, work with what we have at that moment. So after hearing the suggestion from our club coaches and our area directors, we decided to craft a 10-minute speech, repeated twice, since the time limit is about 30 minutes. So by doing this, the students who come in from the other club's presentation do not have to wait so long. Do not wait so long. They have to wait for a few minutes before the next 10 minutes can start. For those who want to exit to another class presentation, can just wait a few minutes before they can exit to the next presentation. So throughout the whole event, and after communicating my message across about how Toastmasters, of course, public speaking, maybe leadership for some, I also asked my members how they feel or about my speech. Do they actually get the message or feel the message? Was the message conveyed properly as intended? So some of my Toastmaster members said that it does have that warm feeling, while some says it's motivating, or some say need to improve a bit more. So overall, by the end, communicating a message is also difficult, since sometimes you are nervous at that spot too. But by creating a communication plan like above, you're able, with that plan, you are able to achieve that goal. Sometimes the plan doesn't go accordingly, it doesn't go accordingly sometimes. But a plan is better than no plan. Thank you.
Oh,
Now Santa, please tell me. Hi. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Santa. Our first speaker for the speech. So, have you all learned a bit, any more of the point from his speech? No? Yes.
Yes.
No response.
Yes. Yes.
So I need response a bit. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Next, should I invite? Wrong. Should I invite our next speaker? Our second speaker for this evening will deliver his presentation mastery level 3 elective project, managing difficult audience. So for this purpose is for the members to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he presents outside of the Toastmasters Club. So the evaluator for this project is our Division G Director, Distinguished Toastmaster John Khalid. And the timing sequence is different for with the first speaker. So the time allocation for this speech is 10 to 15 minutes. So may I please have the timer demonstrate? Okay, at the 12 minutes, the green light will be shown, will be displayed. At the 14 minutes, the yellow screen will be yellow light will be displayed. At the 15 minutes, the red screen will be displayed, and 30 knots above will be red, and we need to stop the speech, right? So for this speaker, right, as you know, if you know her, if you know him, he's a very, very good person. Very, very good, very details, very hardworking. For me, he's very hardworking. He's our sergeant at arms in the club, and he always organizes the venue very clear. Wash toilets, for example. So it's very, very hardworking, and I feel very touched and very glad to have these members in our club. So the speech title for him is Jingle and Jingle. So let's put our hand to welcome our second speaker, presentation mastery level 2, Goi Lai Hop. His speech project is his speech title is Get Things Done. Get Things Done. The stage is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. What do you think of this Christmas trees over there?
Nice.
Nice, well decorated, and awesome, right?
Yes.
And it reminds me that time flies, and we are approaching to the end of 2022. As for me, I still have a lot of plates to catch up those. Hope you're well done so far. And I have a question for you all today. Do you frequently feel assignment anxiety for the past? And how would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? The highest number you go, the more anxiety you are. So, may I know your response, please? What's your number for your anxiety for the past? 7, you're quite worried. Sujata. 1, you are a cherry person, I guess. One more. Next, what's your number? 2. All right, you're walking on air, definitely. Okay. With all due respect, more or less, we are suffering from assignment anxiety in many ways. We are constantly rushing around. We are always procrastinating our job schedule until we drop. And in severe case, we might develop chronophobia. What is the phrase for this? Do you know?
No.
For me, I just experienced it. The extreme fear of the passage of time. My daughter always claimed that she has never had enough time for her school assignments. I glanced at her while she studied. Guess what is she doing? Scrolling her handphones, never for a moment. Undoubtedly, smartphone obsession has become a norm in our society. Smartphone obsessions has reduced our engagement at work. So, Toastmasters, on the contrary, my housewife, my neighbors, is the cherry housewife come social worker and parenting without complaints. So, what is her secret of its sleep? Can you guess it? It all related to the engagements at work. So, let me tell you all. Do you feel the best in the week before you go on a holiday? So, we are going to have our holiday later. So, what would you do in the week before for Christmas Day, for the long holiday? For me, I might do some clean up, housekeeping, at office, at home, and
Tradition holiday. For your
office.
tradition, you know.
All right, this is your opinion.
Pretty stressed.
All right,
Jen start.
I agree to disagree with you. Thank you, Max. And one thing is, we feel the best before we go on holiday. So, you are being the best, and you are being the super efficient and working on the air on that moment. So, the age of 3 years, does your work efficiency come from the holiday itself? So, Toastmaster over there, I think we have so many conversation going on. I would suggest that we're having that discussion later. Is it all right for you? Thank you. So, the trick is nothing else. is come from your work engagement at work. Nevertheless, we still need to take our holidays to generate our powers through relaxation. Agree? All right, let's move on. Let me briefing you on 2 ingredients that help you produce your productivity and creativity. John Masters, can you help me to share the screen?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. So I would like to introduce you the matrix of self-management, which is created by David Allen. So the horizontal axis here represents the control. The further right you go on, the further you can stay organized and maximize your productivity. The vertical axis here represents the perspective. The further you go up, the further you can create a sensible outlook on future. So let's move on. We have 4 quadrants here. For the first quadrant, it consists of a row of victims and responders. So at this point, you are no perspective, less perspective, and less control. In retrospect, before I joined the Master Club, I was a victim. When someone sarcasses me with English, which I totally couldn't relate to it. But after joining the Master Club, I could take or test for any sarcasms with my simple spoken English. And now I regain my perspective and focus. Move on to the second quadrant. Imagine if you have 100 things to organize and you have to get it done at the same time. And now you are getting into micromanagement. So you will be very busy and crazy, like a crazy monkey.
Then how to solve?
Pardon?
How to solve this problem?
Okay.
In any way, how do we go to captain and commander?
Because this is the basic principles. Thank you for your question. In the interest of time, can let me finish the speech, then I will discuss later with you.
But you like to know how to use this power to solve.
All right, you have to know where you are now. Am I right? Then you can solve your problem. So this is the solution for you. So may I go on? So if you are a micromanager here, you don't have a appropriate focus on the problems. In a positive sign, when you have sense and focus on your solution for your problems, then you will turn to implementers. So for me now, I'm a running implementers to manage my difficult audience like you. So I focus. This is the example. Sorry. Thank you. So as what I mean here, to be an implementer, I need to focus my problem. Just like I focus the specific factor of you, then I can give you the most relevant correspondence correctly. Move on. We are going into the third quadrant. When someone has the high component of perspective and leader control, then he will go into the crazy maker profile. So they could be a mad scientist, a desperate artist with the crazy ideas, but nothing well organized. So in a positive sign, they could be turned into a visionary stage. A visionary that has a powerful vision for your future. So the example here will be the Japanese man whose names Satoshi Nakamoto, who is one of the visionary who create the Bitcoin concept. So everyone know the Bitcoin concept is very famous nowadays. And
Right
last,
now, the Bitcoin is very harmful for many people to know.
thank you for your insightful comments.
How can you promote Bitcoin this thing?
Now the Bitcoin
Oh.
price dropped very much.
Okay,
Oh,
all right. There's a pro and con for this concept, right? For everything, there's a pro and con. So if you have any insightful comments to us, let me finish this speech, then we can discuss more with every people here. Thank you. All right, last one, last not least, we'll go to the last quadrant. When you enter into this state of flow of perspective and control in a harmony, you're going to be using your skills to the utmost for your engagement with your life and creativity. So you're being the optimum, I could say, because you will engage your work and creativity in a relaxed and working on a style. So we'll be in the art of stressful handle your job. And all in all, my take-home message to you is practice the skills on the perspective and control. Turns, then manifest your dream into reality. And if you know where you are going,
Lighthawk,
yes,
just now you mentioned about this visionary, the Japanese guy who founded the Bitcoin. Now you said that starting off, the person who has high perspective can be a crazy maker, and later through time become visionary. And you say that the crazy maker guy is disorganized. I tend to disagree with that. The fact that you say that this Japanese guy who founded Bitcoin is a visionary, because I can give you another example of this guy who founded Binance. It is much more successful than Bitcoin, having made many times his money. But the thing is that currently he's under investigation for lack of transparency. So how do you explain that?
thank you, Chenggu, for your comment. As we know that the guy just in jail making a lot of money, but he's using his cheating way, okay, to take people money. But as for the pioneer of the Bitcoin founders, as we know that he used his visionaries to create the concept of the Bitcoin. As for your information,
Yes,
the
this guy who
Bitcoin-
Binance fella also did the same thing. He created this Binance from having learned from Bitcoin. He actually came up with Binance, and is much more successful than Bitcoin. So why do you say that he is unscrupulous and cheating people's money?
Yeah, thank you. I could agree and to disagree with you, because if they say for the scientists who can create they say the weapons, okay, then somehow it's used to protect his country, but he's misused it for the attack other country, then that will be something bad for the world. Am I right? So it's really depend on how you use or your knowledge.
There again, you are talking about perspective. Am I right? The perspective of whether the scientist was creating the bomb to defend, protect his country, or he was misused to attack another country. Because you are defending your country by attacking your enemy, isn't it?
Yeah.
A matter of perspective again.
Yeah. Here I'm focused on how you use your perspective. How you have to balance your perspective and control. That's what I mean. Then you can very good create for something for the benefit of the for the whole world. This is what my meaning here. Thank you, Cikgu. So we come to the end. Thank you.
I know we can pick one. The bigger one.
iPhone 3 one.
Well, just now you give me the global. They can.
So, I believe many of you like be shocked. Why? Why this speaker be interrupted by many of the people for online, for the offline as well? Why? Because just now I mentioned that this speaker is doing his project, right? His project. So he's managing difficult audience project. So the interrupter was specially assigned and arranged by our VPE to complete his project. So don't so afraid when you speak here that many of the people like will affect you. No. This is part of the project only. It's not the usual one. Don't worry. Why later on our guests will be very scared. What? When I present here, many people interrupt me or scare me. No. This is the project purpose only. Okay, thank you so much, our second speaker. Now, may I invite our timer to give a report. Can you turn off the light?
Do it. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, timer, please.
Yes. The first speaker, Aaron Wong, spoke for 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Second speaker, Goy Lai Hock, spoke for 15 minutes and 23 seconds. Both of them are eligible.
Eligible. All right. Thank you. So for all the audience, our members, just keep in mind who is the best speaker in your heart. And later on, we will have a voting session to keep the result first. Next, we will move to our most exciting section for Toastmaster meeting. So it's table topic section. So where members and guests can get to participate in giving an impromptu speech. So our table topic master today is completing his listening project. Doing project as well. So the project purpose is, can I have that on page? Never mind, can I follow? All right, the purpose of this project is for the member to demonstrate his or her ability to listen to what others say. All right, this is a project for our Toastmaster, table topic master today. And the evaluator for this project is Visionary Communication Laboratory, Dr. Julie Nguyen. Right, for this. And then for this whole session, for table topic section, we have an evaluator to evaluate for all speakers, which is from our table topic evaluation will conduct by Dr. Ahmad Faiz. Is Dr. Ahmad Faiz on here? Oh yeah, give a thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much. Now, to conduct our table topic session, I would like to invite our table topic master today, who is he is worked as a sales executive in pharmaceutical industry. So let's put our hands together to welcome our table topic master today. Let's welcome
And Merry Christmas. Are you all excited for the topic session today?
Yes.
So I suppose you have very welcoming and very everyone is grabbing chance to speak, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
as our table topic of the evening, Toastmaster of the evening I mentioned. So for table topic session is to develop for guests and also for members, not just members only, guests are welcome to join as well, to develop your ability to communicate, to speak on their, to think on their feet and to give an impromptu speech. And today I've prepared a few speech in conjunction with the theme and the festive that is coming up, which is Christmas, and some of the speeches might be related to festive, celebration, and perhaps family. So for this session, members, visitors, and also guests, you're welcome to come up and you'll be choosing one topic and you are required to give a 1 to 2 minute speech. And let me introduce the timing sequence for you. At 1 minute, green light will be shown. At 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow light will be shown. And at 2 minute mark, green light will be shown. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, the bell will be rang. So for today, since it's a different session, it's a festive celebration meeting. So we have some different mechanisms for us to choose our table topics. Normally, we just go by numbers. You just choose and then you get your topics, right? So today here we have a cute Christmas tree. And you can see there are a few colorful Christmas ball ornaments here. And a few of the selected balls, they have a number stick to it.
Wow.
So you choose whichever color, whichever ball ornament that you like, and the corresponding number will produce a topic for yourself. And for online audience, you can also choose the number. There are 8 topics today, and but you don't get to touch and to feel the on-board ornament, so sorry. So you still get your topic, and Santa Claus, I think he'll be very happy to introduce the gift for the brave souls today.
Wow, so nice.
Table topic got 2 gifts, Got 2 gifts.
Wow.
So,
I live here.
before we start, before we start, I just want to introduce again the word of the day, which is cherry, and idioms of the day, which is walk on air. So I encourage all of the speakers to use the word of the day and idiom of the day. So shall we have the first table topic challenger today? Next.
Oh, time to get 2 gifts, is it? Ah, I know the purpose.
So choose choose one of the. Don't see the number. Number 1. Okay, so Max has chosen number 1. Can we have topic number 1 displayed?
What topic number 1?
Number 1, is it?
Yes, number 1.
1.
Yes.
So cute.
Your most memorable festive celebration with family.
A piece of cake lah.
Your most memorable festive celebration with family, Max Law.
Happy evening, ladies and gentlemen, our fellow Toastmaster.
Brittany.
Okay, the one festival directly come out in my mind is a festival that you might feel that it's not so cheerly and not so happy mood. What is this festival? Is we call Jingle. Jingle. I'm sorry, I'm not remember what is meaning in English, but Jingle is a festival that we go to sweet the tone. And why I say this festival, because actually for my family is most of them in Ipoh, and definitely in Ipoh, right? When my parents will go back to Ipoh, it's only 2 festivals. The very first one is the Chinese New Year, and the second one is the Jingle festival. And you know, right? The Chinese festival. What is a terrible thing?
Jam.
Traffic jam. So yeah, and Chinese festival, all the people, not only Chinese, but all other
yeah, people also going to travel. So during Chinese festival, it's very traffic jam. So some of the times, not on, maybe some other my family members from Singapore or from other state, they're not going back to Ipoh. But one festival, definitely all my family members will gather together, which is, and we also can choose the date, which is Qingming Festival. And during the festival, all our family members, not only they're not from Singapore, from KL, or from Penang, all will go over to Ipoh to gather around. Importantly, to sweep the home. And yeah, in many, maybe you might think that you go to sweep the toe, you will feel like a bit sad or like need to, but we go there, right? We put the firework. The firecracker, sorry, firecracker. No,
So happy, yeah.
And we want to celebrate together with our ancestors. So that is my memorable festival for me. Back to you, our Toastmaster. Master. I think it's true like okay lah, maybe for lah. Okay lah, okay lah. Oh, don't put okay, thank you. Thank you, man, for sharing with us my most memorable festive celebration, which is Qingming. I think nobody expected that. And you also share with us the fireworks that they play to celebrate with ancestors. So I think that was very special. And we have a very interesting first start of our first topic. And can we have the second speaker from physical and then we go online?
Adeline. Son. Son first and then.
Now you get to choose your favorite.
I'm doing manually. It's very nice, very nice. When they here. Okay, nice.
Number two, please. Topic number 2.
Sorry, I can't hear you. What's the number?
Number two.
Two.
2, yeah. Number 2, what is your wish for this Christmas? John, what is your wish for this Christmas?
So one of my wish for this Christmas isn't something that's a physical item or something that is actually for me. But rather my wish for this Christmas is that I hope that everyone across the world can have a peaceful, happy, and joyous Christmas. Because as you know, in the world right now, it isn't the best time. And for some people, they aren't able to celebrate Christmas like us, they go to restaurants, they go to a family house. Some people have to maybe have struggles, they have financial difficulties, they have to be on the run, things like that. So what I really hope is that every single person will be able to have a festive celebration like us. And basically, why I believe that this is my wish is because I believe it's a right that everyone should be able to celebrate this festive occasion. Like think as when you were a kid, right? You enjoy this festive occasion, right? You look forward to December the 25th. You say, oh boy, I can't wait to go open the present, the Christmas tree on the 25th, right? But just think about some other kids in the world. They don't have time to think about the presents on the 25th. They think about tomorrow's dinner, or they think about working or studying hard so they can get a very necessary scholarship. So I believe that this is a right that each and every human should deserve to celebrate December the 25th. And I hope that one day everyone will be able to do it just like you and me. Thank you.
Give.
I find it very touched that Sean would like to wish for everybody, not just for his own benefit, but he wish for everyone in this world to live happily and then to be able to celebrate festive happily like us here. We are very lucky. And after that, we have Yen, who is ready for the third topic. You can choose any of the box that has a number, paper,
I choose.
You should you pick the.
Okay, yes.
Yes, exactly. This one, the number 2. This one is chosen. This one. Number 3. Can we have number 3? Topic number 3. Yes. Topic number 3. Have you ever experienced snow? Yen, have you ever experienced snow? Share with us.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Yen. I'm not the snow experience. Then, but I stay in the Taiwan. I have the winter. I stay in winter in Taiwan, and Taiwan is the rainy day. Taiwan, the day, the place is very cold, but just temperature is 10, temperature 10, and then there's a raining day. Then if you want go to see the snow, you must go to the mountain. Then the mountain is called Yushan. This is the Taiwan, in the Taiwan, or another mountain is the Alishan. Then you can see the snow in the Taiwan. Then I hope I can go to foreign country, then see the snow, because it's the good experience, I think. Then maybe next year or maybe a few years, then when I can when I reach, or I can make a lot of money, that I go to foreign, then I see the snow. Then I think I will walk on air at the time. Thank you.
So fast.
Thank you, Yen, for sharing with us his experience staying in Taiwan. And I think he also introduced us 2 mountains in Taiwan that we can see or experience snow, right? So it's Yushan and Alishan, I believe. Okay, interesting. Next, can we have our online participant? Kasu, are you here, Kasu?
Castle always
Yes, I'm here.
Can you choose a number? Then we want to hear a story as well.
I choose number 6.
Number 6, Joanne, number 6. What is your favorite thing about Christmas? Pasu, what is your favorite thing about Christmas? The time is yours.
Thank you, table topic master, and dear my fellow Toastmasters. My favorite things during Christmas is definitely parties and also the Christmas dinner with my friends. Usually I can say in every Christmas, I will have a good dinner with my close friends, and maybe we will have a karaoke session. To me, Christmas is definitely a public holiday to all of us, and I grab this opportunity to take a rest, and most likely will take vacation also. Regarding the message on what is good Christmas dinner, that means I will go to a reputable restaurant to take a dinner and maybe have a turkey meal. Yeah, back to you, table topic master. Thank you very much.
I hope in the perhaps next year's Christmas, you can invite us for your turkey dinner.
Yes, yes.
And karaoke session as well. Thank you, Kasu. So next. Any brief so physical? Sorry. Elisa. Now, hi, Elisa. Now I think there are 4 more topics that hasn't been chosen, and you see some of them on another paper to choose, so you can choose. Four. Number 4, when number 4. What is the best cake you have ever eaten, Alisa? What is the best cake you have ever eaten,
Everyone. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
Hi.
So I'm just a guest today, but I get to talk about cake, which is fun. So the best cake that I've ever had is definitely the one baked by my mom. Wow. Jealous. She's not the best baker, I would say, but growing up with her cooking and with her touch and love, so I would say the best cake that I've ever had, at least for me, is a carrot cake, which is full of almonds, but no raisin, just like how I love it. Thank you. We always have the cake during special occasions, such as my birthday, which is in January. So I was always looking forward for my birthday. Not because of the fact that it's my birthday, for the fact that it's gonna have the cake and she's always gonna prepare for me. But because that she's all the way in Kuantan and I'm all the way here, I would have to say that I might not enjoy the cake next year. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's fun. So, happy birthday in advance. And maybe we can celebrate your birthday together.
Yes, please.
Okay, we have got one more from line, right? Anybody from line would like to challenge and share a story with us? Just unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand online. Shengyang. Shengyang, hi. Shengyang, are you here? Can you join us? Or would you like to challenge yourself? No. No. Hi, yeah, yes, we can see you. We can see you. You can see the window. So you get to choose a number. Okay, we have the slide displayed. Yes.
Yes. Choose the one.
Now I can choose number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 has been taken. So we have 5, 7, and 8. 8, 8 is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8. Joanne, 8, please. Choose louder.
Speak louder.
I have to speak louder. Oh. Shengyang, you need
Shengyang, we can't hear you.
Number 8, number 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, topic number 8. If you can teleport to anywhere in the world now, like right now, where would it be? And perhaps you can share with us why. Shengyang, if you can teleport to anywhere in the world now, where would it be? The time is yours.
I would like to teleport to probably Australia, because
my uncle lives there right now, and he sent a couple of videos of his life there, and it seems fun. The weather there is uh, uh, like quite 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 a variety of weathers there. Uh, and I know it's a norm to see like many kinds of animals there. It's normal to see like tarantulas appear in your household, and other sorts of terrifying insects, which I would like to challenge myself to deal with these kinds of problems. And one of my favorite animals is koalas, which was one of the main animals that I would like to meet in real life. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe if I meet the place, but I heard it's a place with many kinds of animals. And koala, I suppose, is Australia. Is it Australia?
Yes.
Australia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you. I would like to visit Australia as well. So maybe you can bring us So somehow we can't maybe we can arrange a teleportation of your gift to your place or maybe to Australia. So this marks the end of our survey topic session for today, which is in collaboration with the Christmas tree here. And thank you very much for joining. Next. Yeah, can we have the timer report? Thanks.
Thank you. The first speaker, Max, spoke for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Second speaker, Sean, spoke for 1 minute and 29 seconds. Jen spoke for 1 minute and 28 seconds. Kasu, 1 minute and 17 seconds. Alisa, 1 minute and 13 seconds. Shania, 1 minute and 57 seconds. All of them are eligible.
Thank you, timer, for the report. Next, I'd like to pass the floor back to TME.
Thank you, table topic master, for the engaging, exciting, and fun session. Give him another round of applause. Can you hear my voice? Yeah. Okay, someone say that cannot hear like our voice. So for the next speaker, when you come on stage, just louder. For online audience as well. Okay. After timer report, so now is the voting section. We have our QR code for the best prepared speech and best topic session. So please scan the QR code, and then I will need Zoom Master to copy the link and paste in chat box as well for online audience. So I give you 20 seconds. So now 20 seconds.
Come back, and we would like to invite our TME to start.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I started at arm, so I think 10 minutes is not enough. I haven't finished my pizza. Yeah, someone proposed extend 5 minutes. President cannot, I know. Alright, next is our third section for our meeting today, which is for the evaluation part and others report and others role player. So to conduct this section, I would like to invite our general evaluator, which is our media past division G director. Is leadership development level 5, Sutera, over to you. No, any cheerful, I'm not. Once again, please welcome our G
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Mr. President, Division G Director, Area Directors, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Good evening once again. Good evening.
Good evening.
As the general evaluator, it is my task to lead the evaluation portion of the meeting. The purpose of the evaluation session is to let the speakers know their strengths as a speaker and the areas that need their attention. The evaluation session also lets the evaluators practice giving constructive criticism and hone their listening skills. I will request the timer to demonstrate the timing sequence. At 2 minutes, the green light will be displayed. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the amber light will be displayed. At 3 minutes, the red light will be displayed, and the speaker has another 15 seconds to wrap up his or her speech, when the bell will be rung. To evaluate our first speaker for this evening, Visionary Communicator 2, Aaron Wong. Please help me welcome Presentation Mastery to Tae-Yong Lee. Tae-Yong Lee.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, welcome guests, and especially Aaron Wong. I would like to congratulate you for finishing your Visionary Communication 3 elective project, develop a communication plan. And I particularly love about your opening. You throw a question to the audience, and you wait for their response. And after that, you share your personal experience with the audience. It brings the audience to the same level of you, and it's immediate. I was immediate attract to your speech. That's a very good way to start your speech. Also, I also like about your hand gesture. I noticed that you use a lot of hand gesture during your speech, and it's quite relevant and integrate with your speech. That's a very good job. You also did a great job on develop your speech. It was a structured speech. You begin with a questions, then you continue with how you develop your communication plan for your university event. That's also a very good part of your speech. I would like to challenge you on few elements. The first of all will be the eye contact. I noticed that most of the time you are looking towards your front audience. I was sitting there, but I didn't notice any eye contact from you. Also, I think from the left side as well, you are focusing on the front audience. The second part is about your timing. You end your speech on 6 minutes 37 seconds, which you could actually include more details of your orientation night, or you could share more about how you develop the plans with your team members. You have the time up to 7 minutes or even 7 minutes 15 seconds. You should use the time use more in your content or your conclusion, so you actually can know the key message that you want to deliver. The third part will be about your vocal variety. Your tone, your speaking tone, speed, and volume are quite constant during the 6 minutes 37 seconds. I hope you can actually use your tone to express some emotion, as well as you could increase your speed a bit when you are trying to deliver some excited moment about your speech. And also your volume, depends on your speech. You could actually adjust it accordingly instead of staying constant during your speech. And also, you can actually work on your body language as well. I can feel you a little bit of stiff, and you could actually use the stage over here to engage with the audience. You're standing here most of the time, and you are stepping your leg like this without any movement actually. So you can use the whole session over there. So in conclusion, congrats on your finishing on your visionary communication 3 Latin project. And I love your hand gesture, your structured speech. In terms of to improve your speech, I would like you to improve your eye contact, use your time well, improve your vocal variety, and also add a little bit more body language with interaction of audience. Back to you, Madam General Director.
Only. And now to evaluate our second speaker for this evening, presentation mastery 2, Go Live Talk. Please help me welcome Division G Director, Distinguished Toastmaster John Khalid. Distinguished Toastmaster John Khalid.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. So the first thing I want to do is let's all give Roy Hawk a round of applause. An easy project to do, because the first thing that he has to find out is what the person is, whether it's the arguer, the chatterer, or the interrupter, so that he can use a strategy to actually use against those hecklers, if you want to call them. But did you notice the first thing that he did? Now, I'm not here to look at the speech or the content of the speech, but I noticed straight away how he interacted with the audience. When you ask him a question, 1 to 10, what your anxiety is. In other words, what he was doing was taking control of the audience. So he's put himself in a position of the person in charge, so that when the person starts interrupting, they're going against somebody that's in charge. And this is psychological a lot of the time. So that was very, very well done to actually take control of the audience straight away. Now, I looked at, we've got 4 people here, the talker, the interrupter, the chatterer, and the arguer. Now, the chatterer is, well, my thing is Adeline. And you saw straight away when Adeline started to chat with her friend next door, he closed them down. This is a very good strategy because you don't want people keep interrupting and talking all the time. But you saw how he closed them down straight away. He didn't let them go on and interrupt him too long. He closed them straight away, and this is where the control was that he had with the audience. And you could see straight away that he did it. Closed them down, interrupter gone, next on to the next one. So we have the talker. And did you know who the talker was? He's sitting in front of you, which was Max. And he had a go at Max. I would say had a go at him, but he understood Max was talking. So he then sort of not let him talk, but let him come back later to talk to him. I think the only person that I thought you had a problem with, looking at it, was the arguer. Do you know who the arguer was? Bernard, not there. Bernard, he's a very good arguer anyway. So even if I went up against him, I'd have a little bit of problem. But that's the only one I thought that you had a problem that you will have to look at in the future, is the arguer. But the rest you had spot on. You used all the techniques that I could see to actually combat what was happening with them. And you had some humor in there as well to combat that. So very well done. I thought it was an exceptional 15 minutes, and I enjoyed it sitting there waiting for it to happen. Well done there. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, John Khalid, for your evaluation. And now to evaluate our third prepared speaker for this evening, Kang Wee Ming. Please help me welcome Visionary Communicator 3, Dr. Julie. She is online. Dr. Julie, over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, please join me to give the big applause to congratulations Mr. Can we have a successful in the management and organization of the tabletop Master today. As we can see, we have a very enjoy the tabletop session. Then that's the first success from the tabletop Master. So I very love this session and thank you very much, Can we? Related to evaluation, everything. First, I really love the structure you organization. I know you have a well preparation about this, so you running the tabletop session very well and smooth and fluently. First, you start with the question, right? Are you waiting the tabletop session? Then after that, you give the guideline how to do this, every speaker, and you also prepare the every question in the response tree. Then you guide how to select question. Then when the speaker to speak, you listen, you summarize next by next. Then after that, you conclude in the session. Thank you very much. Well done about this. Then the second thing, I would love the way you choose the questions that we call contents. It means that the quality of the questions. So because of the diversity of the questions and also the meaning of the questions, we connect with the theme of the Christmas today. So we have a 6 speaker, also very nice and beautiful and colorful meanings to share with us related to the Christmas and festival today. Then the content also related to about the summarize. That is the main job today of you. Means that you need to listen carefully of the speaker, then summarize of the what speaker to talk about. Because after that, the audience can get the message to home. That is the very meaningful, also the very benefits for the Toastmaster tabletop Master session. So that's why I really love about this. If ask me to improve for your in the project today, maybe very difficult for me. But I also think like this. If you listen carefully of the audience and you should to reply a little bit. For example, if you give, are you waiting the tabletop session today? So I heard that many the audience support you. Yes, 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 like this. But you don't reply yes. You just start to guide what your preparation. So about reflection immediately at the tabletop bit, I think that's you need to add in a little bit and maybe that is nature and smoother. And the second thing, I think you should to highlight this in the summary. In summary, I know that you listen carefully, but you need to highlight what's the best impression about this. And as you can speak slowly a little bit, and that is very okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. What do you, General Evaluator?
Dr. Julie. And now for our last evaluation, which is the table topic evaluation. Please help me welcome Dr. Ahmad Muhammad, Motivational Strategies 2. Dr. Ahmad Faiz Muhammad. Online.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. You may call me Faiz only, please. All right. This evening we have 6, I think. Yeah, we have 6 very distinguished table topic speakers. And let me begin with the first one, maths. I hope you all can hear me clearly. Okay, let me begin with the first one, maths. So Max got this question, the most memorable festive celebration that he has with his family. And Max talked about Qingming Festival, which was associated with sweeping tombs. I found it very interesting because Qingming Festival was new to me. Now I know what it is. Thanks to you, Max. And he also talked about Chinese New Year, how he sometimes go back to Ipoh and had to endure the traffic jam and whatnot. So the story was well developed in his table topic speech. What I like about Max's speech is because he used a lot of gestures, Max. You seem to be very comfortable speaking in front of an audience, and you also walk from here to there. You use gestures, and your facial expressions are vivid and clear, even to me in the screen. So I thought you were a great speaker. And what I would like to suggest for you to improve, Max, was a little bit on the speech structure, because the question was asking about the most festive celebration that you had. Perhaps you can highlight one of those two, Qingming or CNY, and it will make the speech better and more memorable, in my opinion. Anyways, very good job to you. Now, moving on to the second speaker, Sean talked about his Christmas wish. Okay, from the get-go, Sean spoke as soon as the table topic master said, what is your Christmas wish this year? So I like because Sean seemed to have all the ideas in his mind, what to speak of. So he right away, he went to talk about for everyone, his wish is for everyone to have an enjoyable and happy time. That was very selfless of you, Sean, to say. And he also spoke a bit on the less fortunate, on how we should appreciate our times with the loved ones, and how we should also be aware of those who are less fortunate than us. So that is the strong point from your speech, Sean, because you conveyed a positive message to us all to remind what we have in our lives. What I can suggest for you to improve is in terms of vocal variety, maybe you can include a bit of high tone or lower tone and make it more engaging with audience. But otherwise, it was a good table topic speech. So thank you, Sean, for sharing with us. Moving on to the third table topic speaker, Jian. Have you experienced snow? So Jian also exuded confidence when he spoke about mountains in Taiwan, how we could experience snow in Taiwan. I'm sorry. And he also expressed his wish and hope to experience snowy winter in other foreign countries. So it was a short table topic speech, and I wish we could hear more from you, Jian. But overall, you did answer the question. And what I hope for you to challenge yourself in the future is to also improve your vocal variety and speak longer, perhaps elaborate more on why you want to, if you have not fully optimized your experience with snow, maybe you could speak more of that, and what makes snow is something that you want to experience in foreign countries. So it would make it more memorable and meaningful. So thank you, Jian, for a great table topic speech. Moving on to the fourth one. The fourth table topic speaker is Kasu. Kasu talked about his favorite thing about Christmas. He spoke clearly on how he loves to go to parties and had dinner with his close friends. So, and sometimes he said that he would also attend a karaoke session with his close friends. So I could relate to that because I love doing that as well, especially on public holidays. So it was, what I like about that speech is you make it relatable to audience. It is something that we would like to do. And it is also not conventional, because usually when we talk about favorite thing about a holiday, we would mention it to spend it with family. That is the obvious answer, right? But you took it another way. You explained, instead you said about friends. I mean, not that you did not want to spend with your family, but we understood that because it is something, sometimes it's a bit different. Perhaps with family first, then friend second, but then it is your speech and you make it your own. So that is the strength of your speech because it is unique to you and we could still relate to that. So I like that so much. And another plus point for you is because you responded to a question in the chat. So that was a good thing to do. Okay, although it's not necessary, but you did that. So those who posted the question would appreciate it so much. So thank you, Kasu. Moving on to the fifth table topic speaker, Alisa. Alisa had a cheery disposition when she spoke about the best cake she has ever eaten. I'm sorry, I could not catch the name of the cake, but I heard something about almonds. So I guess any cakes with almonds would be your favorite. And I love almonds as well. And I could vouch for that. So it is something not a lot of people like actually. Sometimes people would like cake just not plain, but something like chocolate or cheese, but without not so much with nut in it. So it was a unique answer and unique thing that you like. But I like your speech because more than anything, you communicated your thoughts well. You had very clear and good pronunciation, and you were very comfortable in front of the audience. So that's something that I want to highlight. You would be a great speaker. And yeah, I don't have any suggestion for you to improve, but maybe, but I would like you to do maybe just to elaborate more on why you like cakes with almonds in it more. And last one, the last table topic speaker is Sheng Yang, and he talked about where he would go, which was Australia, if he could teleport anywhere in the world. So that was a great answer. He spoke about weather and some animals there. What I actually like about your speech, Shen Yang, is because the answer that you gave why you want to go to Australia is very unconventional also. It makes your speech memorable. You know, you talk about the terrifying insects. We would not want to go anywhere with terrifying insects, but that's what you want to do because you like insects. So I found it very unique and memorable. So I would suggest for you to improve, Shenyang, is you could sometimes take a brief moment before you speak an impromptu speech. You don't have to speak right away. You can first prepare and gather your thoughts for a brief moment. Then after that, you can speak and let your thoughts flow and let your words flow out of your mouth. You will make a great speech if you do that, I believe. So that's all from me. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Dr. Faiz. I think you earned that doctorship, so I have to mention it. Now, can I have our timer? Presentation must be free. Rizwan to present the timing report taken by our evaluators.
The first evaluator, Tay Yong Lee, spoke for 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Second evaluator, John Brigham, spoke for 3 minutes and 29 seconds as well. Dr. Julie spoke for 3 minutes and 35 seconds, while Dr. Faiz was allocated 4 to 6 minutes. He spoke for 7 minutes and 41 seconds. Excluding PPE as a voting eligibility, and Dr. Julie for overtime, the only one that is eligible for voting is Tay Yong Lee and John. Thank you.
Proceed with the voting session. This can and vote for the best evaluation. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We done? Thank you. I shall now give my evaluation of the meeting this evening. Before I do that, before we continue this cheery, pleasant evening, I would like to inform that I will be calling the grammarians report after the counters report. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's start with our Toastmaster of the evening. Love the way she introduced Toastmasters briefly to the guests and again to all of us. It's a kind of a reminder of what Toastmasters is and how it was founded. Sometimes we are so indulged in meetings and speeches, we tend to forget the roots of Toastmasters. So great on that. And love the way that she also highlighted that every meeting consists of 3 sessions, which is the prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation. Introduce the role players with their titles. Most of the time, I always emphasize in meetings that I think its titles are earned by speakers and Toastmasters, and it has to be addressed. So love that. Thank you so much, our Toastmaster of the evening, Louise. And she introduced the speakers in a very personalized manner before calling upon them to present their speeches. So well done. We will give them a big round of applause after I have spoken about all the role players this evening. I've not heard from our grammarians, so I'll do that at the end. Our timer, of course, diligently timing, very clear pronunciation. Thank you so much, Rizwan. Our photograph, I saw him walking here and there, pacing here and there. Thank you so much for captivating all the interesting moments during this meeting this evening. And now let me call upon our language evaluator, our art counter first, to present the art counter report. Yes, you may come forward. Please help me welcome Engaging Humor 1, MP Chong. MP Chong.
Thank you, General Evaluator, President, fellow Toastmaster, visiting Toastmaster, dear guests, a very good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is my art counter report. I will start from Toastmaster of the evening. Presentation mastery level 4, Leong E. You have total 7 time figures, 2 2 so 1 repeat word very, 1 foreign language I know, and another one is all right. I will continue for various because to introduce the word I'm able to capture 1. Presentation mastery level 3, Jacob 2, you have total 1 time figure, okay. Missionary communicator level 2, Aaron Wong, you have a total 5 time fillers, 4 so and 1 sorry. Presentation mastery level 2, Storyline Hawk, you have a total 15 time fillers, 10 souls, dilute, repeat for 2 for 1 time, and all right 2 times and 1 time. And Bernard, you have a total 2 time fillers, 1 1 so. Our table topic master can remain. You have a total 9 time fillers, 2 4 so, 1 repeat word 2 2, 1 foreign language yeah, and right 1 time. The first table topic speaker Max, you have a total 10 time fillers, 2 3 1 so, 1 repeat words, firecracker, and 3 times. Our guest table topic speaker, Chu Sean. I'm unable to capture any. If you want me to pick, I will say I cannot. I can't really observe because you speak very, very slowly. And table topic speaker number 3, Yan, you have a total 11 time fillers, 2 2 but, 6 then, 1 laugh.
Table topic speaker 4, Kaku, you have a total 1 time filler on. And our guest, also table topic speaker number 5, Anushka, you have a total 1 time filler and table topic speaker 6, Senyan, online speaker, you have a total 18 time fillers. And our timer, you do not have any. And our general evaluator presentation must be level 5 Sutera Kumar. I also cannot find any. And I move on to our speech evaluator. Presentation must be level 2 Taeyong. You have a total 2 time filler, 1 so and 1 repeat word with interact. You repeat. And next evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster John Khalid. You have a total 4 time filler, 3 1 so. And next evaluator, visionary communicator level 3, Dr. Julie from online. You have a total 5 time filler, 1 2 so and 1 ya and 1 ah. And our last evaluator, Dr. Ahmad Faris, motivational strategy level 2, Dr. Ahmad. You have a total 7 time fillers, 2 2 so. You will be, repeat words and other words like okay 1 time and 1 time. And I go back to the sergeant at arms and our president. I would like to apologize because I don't really pay attention to credit and check your sharing voice. I believe that because if you have time filler, perhaps I can capture. Yeah. So well done. And I noticed that the most popular word besides today's word of the day, in fact, is so and from our quarter report. And lastly, I would like to remind all the members. And today is a joint meeting, right? I don't know whether it applies to all, but I think apply to the Sutera Utama Toastmaster members. So the members will be penalized 10 cents for every speech card to a maximum of 3 ringgit, which will be deposited to the club fund. And all the guests include all other members from Sutera Utama Club will be exempted. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. That's all.
Thank you, MP Chong, for your detailed art counter report. And now I will call upon our grammarian to present his grammarian report. Please help me welcome presentation master Jacob Cook online. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator Sujata Kumar. I'm going to share my screen for today's grammarian report. Okay, so let's start off with the word of the day for today, which is cheery. I have recorded the usage by Joanne and also our Toastmaster of the evening, Leong Ying Yi, as well as our General Evaluator, Sujata Kumar, used it twice and once respectively. I'm pretty sure that there will be more, but I would like to apologize as I think the physical speeches are quite muffled to me since I'm online over here and my connection might not be that good. So I will apologize if I missed out any. Okay, so let's start off with a good note. Let's start off with the excellent use of English throughout this meeting. Number 1, very captivated by the warm and friendly demeanor. convey my message effectively with all due respect, life-changing and eye-opening experience, several elements to work on, put yourself in a position to take control of the audience from the get-go. Okay, so these are some of the examples of good English usage throughout this meeting. Okay, I'm now going to highlight that the areas that we might need to work on. Okay, so let's start off with pronunciation errors. Okay, the most prominent error in this evening is evening. Okay, this titular word, evening. I've heard quite a number of instances this word is pronounced as evening. Okay, it should be evening. The middle E is silent. It's like Christmas Eve. Okay, organize. Organize. I heard someone mispronounce it as organize. Okay, you need to pronounce the R in the or. And the third, contrary. Okay, it's not contrary, it's contrary. Okay, the other most commonly used word today, Santa. Okay, it is not Santa. Okay, it's Santa. And restaurant. Okay, restaurant, another word by a table topic speaker, if I'm not wrong. Okay, it should be restaurant. It should not be restaurant. Okay, the torrent, you should speak it fast. Audience, okay, audience, not audience. And almonds or almonds, not almonds. Okay, I believe the table topic speaker mispronounced it, but the evaluator pronounced it very correctly. So I'm taking note right here. For the British pronunciation, it should be almonds. For the US pronunciation, it should be almonds. Okay, not almonds. Okay, so some of the improper lexical grammatical usage throughout this meeting. Actions doesn't have to be complex, okay? It's plural. It should be actions do not have to be complex. But plan is better than no plan. Okay, this is very colloquial, or what we say is bahasa pasar. It should be having a plan is better than no plan, or a bad plan is better than no plan. Okay, put the article back in front of the noun. Here is the speech title for him. Okay, it should be more appropriate to phrase it as this is his speech title. The more anxiety you are, okay, it should be an adjective over here, not a noun. So it should be the more anxious you are. The axis represented, I believe you're presenting it in real time, so it should be in present tense. The axis represent. Toastmaster Club. Okay, this is one of the most frequently caught errors. Okay, Toastmasters Club. Okay, it's a club consists of many Toastmasters, not a single Toastmaster. This sentence connector, go on, and the next point should be moving on. Okay, we move to next session. Okay, the article is missing over here. It should be, we will proceed to the next session. To evaluate for all speakers, drop the for. Okay, the preposition for is not needed to evaluate all speakers. At 1 minute, it should be at the first minute or at the 1 minute mark. During New Year, it's very traffic jam. Another very colloquial phrase, it should be the traffic is very congested. I'm stay in the Taiwan. Okay, there is an M over here, subject to be. It should be I'm staying in Taiwan. Do not put the in front of a country name. You can see the snow in Taiwan. You can see snow. Okay, you're referring it very generally. So you can just drop the article the. One of my favorite animal, it should be one of my favorite animals. Table topic master. Okay, this is a trademark word. It should be table topics master. I was immediately attracted by the speech. Okay, there are several errors over here. It should be immediately attracted by the speech. You did a great job on develop your speech. Okay, it should be an ing. It should be a continuous tense on developing your speech. We have an enjoy time in the session. Okay, enjoy is a verb. Okay, you should use adjective, a joyful time, or an enjoying session. It is very benefit for Toastmasters. Again, this is a noun. It should be an adjective. It should be very beneficial for Toastmasters. In our life, okay, it should be a plural noun here. In our lives, you have a total 18 fillers. Okay, there's a missing preposition. It should be a total of 18 time fillers. Okay, so that's it for my grammar report. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you for your grammarian report. Love the way he was very detailed in his report, and I love the online Excel sheet capturing all the good usage and the not so good usage of the English language, also recommending the proper usage of the English language. So give our role players all a huge round of applause, ladies and
I'm sorry, but the online participant cannot hear a thing now. Online participants, the on-site is having a technical challenge in their connection. So let us be patient and wait for them to sort out the technical challenges. Sorry about that.
Toastmaster. I believe he is a new Toastmaster. I must say, well done on the job, greatly done. You address the members and the guests, and also explain the what timing sequences, creating a very creative manner, giving a very creative manner to address the topics which is hidden in this ornaments on the tree, choosing the numbers. Love that. There are two gifts to be presented. So good on that. And he also encouraged once again the word of the day and the weekend. And you hardly get people actually into in between asking Toastmasters to use the word of the day again. So well done. Do I proceed or do I wait for the person? There are two gifts to be presented. Also encourage once again people actually into in between. Oh goodness. Okay. Now I have a few recommendations for this evening.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Toastmaster of the evening did introduce the speaker with the title and the name. Of course, that is brilliant, but it will take you another step higher if you introduce the speaker and the evaluators that are, sorry, the speakers, I introduce the evaluators. The speakers that are coming forward, like how you introduce a contestant in a contest. So it becomes a practice, a norm for you to get into that momentum. So when you introduce a contestant in contest, it's always name, title, name. So what I noticed, it was name, title, and that's it. It's over to you. So don't forget the name again at the end. All right? Okay. That's a filler. Now, this lectern, I decided to use it because I felt pity for it. Normally in the Toastmasters meeting, the lectern is utilized. So it is encouraged to actually, of course, standing forward and addressing the crowd is indeed pleasant, but it's always encouraged to use the lectern, especially for a role player. This is optional, but you know, at some point of time, let's show it some love. This is something I would like to highlight. I spoke about it to Mr. President. I can't close an eye on this because as a past division director, I have been emphasizing on branding very seriously. And I am still to date. In fact, I am given a nickname called Poster Police. Okay, so looking at our posters this evening, the one that I received on WhatsApp, it is indeed a lovely design. I must compliment the designer. Simplicity is always the key to beautiful pictures. And it is something that is really beautiful. But red is an absolute no-no in TI branding. Okay, especially when you are putting the logo on the background. Secondly, the virtual background is similar. We have some of our PR personnel here who has been with district public relations. Of course, Mr. President said, we want to give an exception today. He is from the PR team and he knows what's right and what's wrong. But when you come to Toastmasters, we are all Toastmasters here. We are still in a Toastmasters setting and we are still using TI logo. So we have to abide by the branding rules. So posters abide by the colors and there is no animals allowed, no animation, no clip art allowed in posters. And thirdly, I don't know if many realize it, our TI logo is kind of slanted with a string. Anyone realize the string on the logo? It's like a bell, like one of these balls, and it has a string. Slanting is a big no-no. Red TI logo on a red background is a no-no, and a string to attach to it is a no-no too. So I hope that moving forward, every poster, every virtual background, every phone, mobile, pictures, whatever, regardless to the occasion, we are all ambassadors of TI and we have to abide by the branding rules. And I take this utmost seriously. Just need to get a bit more creative. All right, so thank you for having me. That will be all my recommendations for this evening. Thank you for having me once again. It has been great being here. I hope to come again. Thank you. Good evening. Now I want to use like the after some advice from our GE. That's cool. I'll have to can hear my voice clearly, yes? Yes. Okay, now is our best. Our award picture is it? Yeah. The best three for today's meeting. Should I invite, because today is joint meeting, right? So I may invite some each section each work come from different president. Okay, first is the best speaker. May I invite our division director come on stage. Also, for best speaker, may I invite our UTM acting president Ridwan on stage to give the best speaker award to our winner. All right, so guys, please make a guess. Who is the best speaker for today's meeting? Aaron. Thank you. Thank you. Best speaker. So our best speaker although he's interrupted by many audience, but he still got the best speaker. Congratulations.
Stand in front.
Wait. Don't forget this. This is very important. Even the side down.
One more, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Then next will be now is the back table topic. Should I invite no President Aaron come on stage? So just now for table topic session we have 5 speakers. So who are the one who won the best table topic? Yes, strong.
Sean, cannot see your eyes. Yeah, evaluation. The best director presented by our president is, and the best evaluator goes to Next, I would like to present for the love award for today. Now is the level completion. Can I have how many masters on stage or?
Can we present the appreciation for general evaluator?
Okay. So, yeah, I would like to invite our students. I would like to invite our general evaluator on stage for the day. We will have a special team. Thank you so much for coming to our meeting today. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay.
Thank you.
You will take one.
It'll take a while.
John being not enjoyed.
We still have a lot of things, right?
The evaluation should have got a good.
How about you? Okay, next is the facial announcement.
Yeah, the warriors.
Okay, now is our facial recognition. May I invite President on stage as well? Share the next slide, please. Level 3.
Can we have next slide, please? Oh,
Yeah, we will.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Need it, please.
We will have another members who complete level 4. May I invite Lai Ho on the stage? Congratulations for completing. Wow, triple count. For those who want to get
I hope claim your gift from Santa Claus.
Alright, thank you so much, our multimedia. Now is the special announcement. Shall I invite our VP on stage? Jack, over to you.
Thank you so much, and I'd like to pass the control to President. They will lead the way to announcement.
Thank you, Joanne. And now I should use the letter. Okay, the first, this will be quick. The first thing is, as the Energy Trade Director, I would like to remind all the club officers here to attend the club officers training on 14th of January, which is next month, Saturday, 1:30 to 6:30. And not only for our club officers, for those members who are interested in the leadership, feel free to attend the meeting in online room. And next, we have here the district currently calling nomination for district leaders. So I'm not encouraging for you to go for a district director or PQD or club director. And however, I do look for area director, successor. So if any of you are interested, feel free to look for me. Okay. And speaking of this, I received a message from, because earlier today I spoke to CP, our former Sutera Utama Club member, CP Lau, who is distinguished Toastmaster CP Lau, who is also our current PQD. He wants to send a message here to all the area G3 members here. Merry Christmas. Next is our international speech and hyper topic contest for area G3 to be on 25th of March. So all four clubs here, UTM, Aces, JB North, and Sutera Utama, we all the clubs can get 2 representatives on the ISTT contest. And bear in mind that international speech, we need to complete at least level 2 pathway. So if not yet, do it now. Go volunteer to your VPE on your speech, okay? And the rest of it, and for several topics, don't have this requirement. So please take note that we have to do two weeks before that. Okay, next is the annual conference. Please now the annual conference. Who went to Desaru on the last annual conference? Okay, I see a few hands here. Yes, and next year we're going to Bangi, Bangi Resort Hotel. And I just want to remind, okay, next slide please. And the tickets for the annual conference is 538, you can get a standard price. And if you purchase the price by the end of the month, by this month, is 438. Okay, so this is the promotion, get the early bird price. And next slide, please. And if you think the price is a little bit pricey, now here's the chance. Recruit the members. And then for an individual who recruit 3 members, you can get a 50 ringgit reimbursement to district. For 5 members, you get 100, and 8 members, you get 150. Okay, and this is my last thing. I'll pass the test to Joanne. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Club President Iftan. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Vice President Education of Sutera Utama Toastmasters Club. For the benefit of the guests, my role is basically to provide motivation as well as overseeing the education program of the club. So I would like to take a short while to give an update of our club progression in terms of DCP achievement as well as our pathway progression. First of all, our club is achieving, I would say, progressing well in terms of pathway. This is the breakdown of each members pursuing different paths and their level of completion. A summary is as shown in this table on the right. The completion status for level 1 to 5 is as shown. And for us to achieve all the DCP point in the education goal of DCP program, we need 3 more level 1, 1 more level 2, and 1 more level 3. And it is all about to be completed by different members, contributed by different members. So we are almost there to achieving all the education goals. So kudos to everyone. Let us start our new year with new resolution as well as new goals and continue to strive in terms of our pathway progression. I will share this file with our member in the group. You can refer to the progression in this chart. And for those of you who is contemplating where to continue, what to do for your speeches, you need some motivation and guidance, feel free to seek out for me and book your speech slot. Thank you so much, and I'd like to hand the control back to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you. Now is the closing address. Let's welcome acting president of UTM Toastmasters Club, Ridwan, for the closing address.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ridwan. I am actually a representative from UTM Toastmasters Club. I am here in person replacing my president right now because she's not really feeling well. And she bids you guys a very good evening and Merry Christmas to all our Christian friends. Lastly, not lastly. Firstly, I just want to say very sorry for the delay. Right now it is 10:16 and we were supposed to begin our meeting at 10:10. I have just a few things to say. To our guests, I have 2 questions for you. Just 2 questions. Usually we call upon our guests, give a few words here, but since we are really, really short on time, just 2 questions, yes or no. Did you have fun? Will you join us?
Yes.
Just 2 questions.
Yes, yes.
Let's start with short. 2 questions. Yes, 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 no, no, no. Yes? Oh, so sad. Okay, Alisa?
Yes.
Really sorry, I did not get your name. Engineer? Your name is engineer? Navi. What's your response? Congratulations to new members. Is Shreya still here? Shreya, what about you?
Say yes.
Shengyang, your name is being called to give some feedback on the meeting.
There's 2 questions for you again, Shengyang. Did you have fun?
Sure.
And
It's
join
very
us.
fun. Very fun.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Will you join us? Will you join us?
I'll consider one day.
Sean, will you consider it, Sean? Yes. Thank you. And thank you to our guests, our visiting Toastmasters. Thank you so much for coming. A big congratulations to our prepared speech speakers who have completed their project. And a big congratulations to 2 of your members, Sutera Utama members who have completed the level. Last but not least, I'm trying to think of the last but not least thing. Wait, yes. This is actually the second time we had a joint G3 meeting.
Yes.
And the first time we did this, Sutera Utama, Eves, Joanne arranged all the setups, arranged all the things, and we are really, really grateful. The second time it is the same thing. So I feel really, really bad. At the same time, I'm really, really grateful to Sutera Utama, Eves, and Joanne for arranging this for all of us. A big round of applause for them. Maybe next time you can give us some work as well, so I don't feel bad.
Yes, yes.
Let's go. Yeah.
I think for you to say the 3rd time, we will arrange it.
Possible. Possible, right? Yes, we're going to consider it. Okay, and last but not least, I thank you all for coming. And a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. With that, I'm going to close the meeting.
Have a great night.